What's up guys, this is Brad at Hourglass Fab, and on today's video we're going to be introducing a series, and that series is going to be called Weekends Away with Brad. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going around interviewing different welder fabricators in the industry on Instagram, mostly handpicked from there. So today we're here in Phoenix, Arizona with Frank Fleurequin, and he does a lot of tube welding on trophy trucks and stuff like that, and that's what he's doing currently. And he has a long history of welding, so it's going to pick his brain a little bit. So Frank, what are you doing currently right now? Like what have you been doing for the last 10, 20 years welding wise?
Building off-road trophy trucks.
Okay.
Been doing that for the last 16 years at one place, and then before that at a couple different other places. So I've been welding trophy trucks for quite a while. A lot of chrome ollie, a lot of chrome plate, a lot of other stuff. So it's been pretty good to me.
So when it comes to like welding tube and cages in general, what would you say like the most annoying thing, or like the hardest thing about it is? Like what do you dislike about it?
Welding out of position.
Welding out of position.
Yeah. If it's not in front of me, like it's kind of a pain in the butt to weld. So you got to kind of stay as comfortable as you can when you're welding it. So.
Exactly. And that's the hardest thing that I've had problems with when it comes to anything like motorcycle frames or anything like that. It is not easy. And half the time you're laying on your back upside down using a mirror and operating the foot pedal with your knee, trying to... And the thing about that is, what I don't think people understand is that, at least in my opinion, I believe that on a cage there's going to be welds that look great and there's going to be welds that don't look as great. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay.
Very true.
Okay.
You know, for every one picture you take, there's probably two that doesn't look as good as that one.
Yeah.
So you're not going to get a perfect weld every time, but you know, position is key. I mean, that's why all our trucks are on a rotisserie. Yeah. So you can get as comfortable as you can and not be so far out of position when you're welding. So it's a lot easier to weld. You get more consistency that way.
Gotcha. And that's one thing I've seen in like the race car industry of doing cages, is they're not building full frames, they're just putting a cage in a car. So there's no turning that car chassis around, that's just getting in there, upside down. Yeah. Well, that's really cool. As for, where did you start at?
Pretty much in my dad's garage when I was a kid. He's been a machinist his whole life, and I just kind of, he'd go out there and work at night, so I'd go out there and help him, and he taught me how to MIG weld, stick weld, and machine parts, and do all kinds of stuff. So after that, I ended up going to work for a mining company building mining equipment, and the owner had an off-road race car, and I started working on that, and that's how I got involved in off-road racing. So that was probably 1991. So after that, after I left there, I ended up going to work for another off-road company building pre-runners and pre-runner buggies and race car chassis and buggy stuff. Then after that, I went up to another company and started building trucks, and then from where I'm at today. So we've been doing it for quite a while.
Okay. Well, as you guys saw in the intro, basically right now we're sitting in Frank's game room, which is absolutely fantastic. I mean, I was blown away when I first came in here. So, you want to go check out the shop?
Yeah, let's go.
So what are we going to be doing today, Frank?
I figured we'd go over there, notch a little tube, mark it, take half the cope out with the chop saw, and then go over the tubing notcher and take it out. Okay. You got to take it out with the chop saw, otherwise you just kind of waste belts trying to take the whole cope out. But
gotcha.
That, it makes it a lot faster.
So you're not notching, you're not going to be notching with just a regular hole saw?
No.
You got the fancy stuff,
yeah,
huh?
That's old school stuff. I mean, people still do it. But once you have an abrasive notcher, you never go back to a hole saw.
Sounds good.
They're nice because you can get, different copes. You can get, it's so much easier.
Yeah. So you're just going to be prepping that material, tacking it up, and welding out a couple of joints.
Yeah, I'll lay down a root pass and then I'll throw a cap on top of that and see how it looks, hopefully.
So I know with paying attention to you on Instagram, your root pass is always just straight current. You're just dabbing away, and then you pulse your cap.
So this will be a root to that cap. Or a cap to the root, I should say.
Cap to the root.
Cap to the root, root to the cap. I do. Only because you're a lot more consistent with your pulse, especially when you're kind of out of position, and if you slip a little bit, you kind of screw yourself up. So it's a lot more consistent with a pulse.
Okay.
Certified welder guys will tell you you're not supposed to do it that way, but I've been building race trucks for a long time and pretty good luck with it. So.
Real quick, I had a question for you regarding consistency when it came to actually pulsing without maxing your pedal out. So if you change amperage and you're welding a little cooler than you are ahead of yourself, your puddle width is going to change. And how do you counter that and make sure all of your puddle widths are exactly the same, consistency-wise?
Well, when I start, I get the puddle size that I want,
Yep.
and then I just use the pedal to control the puddle size. So I'll back it up to the puddle previous to get the right size. So I flick it back a little bit as I'm adding the rod. To the more rod I add, the bigger the pedal's going to grow as I go backwards. So I just kind of go backwards to the same size as the other pedal and move forward, and dip and move back, and move forward, dip and move back, and move forward, dip and move back, and move forward. So it kind of keeps everything more consistent throughout the whole weld.
And when you're doing an actual chassis, how long are you waiting to do your caps after you put in your roots? What's cool down time on chromoly?
It could be 10 minutes. It could be, depends on how many times I move around the truck. By the time I'm finally ready to come back around, I'll usually root the whole truck before I come back for a tap.
Okay, gotcha. So when it comes to all the components that come on these trucks that you're building, is everything pre-cut already? Is it laser cut and bent for you when you get it and you just assemble it, or?
Yeah, everything's all CNC bent, laser notched. It's all comes in a big pallet. So when it comes in a big pallet, you take the pieces apart, clean the ends off, get all the scale off the ends, and then you just start clicking it together like a puzzle.
Gotcha.
Once you get it together and get the main frame tacked up, then it's probably about 14 to 17 days to weld it.
14 to 17 days to weld it.
Just the main frame.
Now, have you guys always done completely laser cut and CNC bent stuff, or did you guys do it yourself?
Yeah, we did it all by ourselves before.
Okay. And then when it came to that, how long would it take you to get one of these all fixed up and tacked up, ready to weld?
The welding time is a little bit the same, probably about the same. Just put it together was a little longer. So.
Okay. So was it a good thing when they started delivering these things to you on pallets, and all you got to do is just fit them up and weld them out?
Yeah, because there's very little gap. So it's a lot easier to weld, and everything's nice and tight, and they just kind of click together. And it's like a big giant erector set that kind of goes together, and at the end it pretty much is an erector set. So at the end you end up with a beautiful looking truck and ready to go racing.
It seems like it'd be easy just to go in and fit it all up, tack it together, weld it out, drop your hood, listen to some music, and
that's exactly what I do. Just turn my music up and
weld all day long.
Yeah. And the nice thing about it, it's on a rotisserie, so I just get to spin it and weld it, and keep spinning and welding it.
Is there a process that you do specifically to ensure that you don't skip anything or forget anything? Not that you wouldn't go back and fix it if you did, but how often do you jump from joint to joint and forget about a joint? Does that ever happen?
Sure, it happens. We catch it somewhere down the line if it does, because there's so much other stuff that gets welded or tacked on a truck. Somebody will see it, or I'll go back through and fix all my holes, or where I left it, the end of the weld open, just so it doesn't blow out. So I'll usually do it a once over that way. And if I miss it, then it'll get caught somewhere down the line, like when we're welding something else on the truck, and then I'll go back in and fix it if I have to.
So is there any other like path that you thought you were going to take? Is there any other career that you would be interested in trying, or are you just set on what you do?
I think being, 51, I think I'm pretty much set on what I'm going to do. I don't really see myself going any other direction. I'm just trying to stay what I do. And until I can't do it anymore, then I'll probably end up at Home Depot.
So before the welding career, is there a job that you did?
Yeah, I did. I was an X-ray tech. Did that for a little while, and the money just wasn't there. So then I went back into machining. Like I worked with my dad when I was a kid at an aerospace machine shop. Did that for a while, and did the building mining equipment. And started building race cars during that time. Well, not building them, but working on them. So. And then went to different fab shops throughout the years, and here I am today, still doing it.
What do you do in your free time here at your home shop?
We're either out on the Razor, out razoring, or next door in the game room.
Yeah.
Yeah, having a few cocktails, playing some slot machines, some pool, some shuffleboard, all that good stuff.
And then out here in the shop, I see a couple of bikes laying around. You like working on motorcycles?
I do. I like doing building bikes, choppers, that kind of stuff. Takes the monotony out of building trucks. So
yeah, definitely.
Change of pace. So it makes it nice. I'll do pretty much a little bit of everything. The small stuff I like. I really like doing the smaller stuff, like even machining small parts and stuff like that. I really like doing that. So that works out pretty good.
It's really cool meeting you and seeing the behind the scenes of who is Frank.
Yeah, I mean, I'm super stoked to do this thing with you guys, and I mean, who doesn't like the Weldporn page? I mean, everybody loves the Weldporn page. So I mean, I'm stoked. I'm glad you guys are doing it. It's going to get exposure for a lot of other welders out there. So
yeah, definitely.
I'm really excited.
And we're happy to have you as the first welder on this thing, the guinea pig.
I feel blessed.
Yeah. Well, there you go, guys. I hope you guys all had as much fun as I did here at Frank's, enjoying the shop and his bar here and hearing a little bit about him. So I guess we'll pack up and get out of his hair.
Thanks for coming, guys. Appreciate it.